Good evening and welcome to Eli's Uber. This is just a short video regarding Uber's 5-star service rating, and it's just to see if whether or not it is an important feature. Before I start the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to the man responsible for the artwork in my videos, Andy Mac, aka the Mac Maniac. You can find him on Instagram at _Mac, that's MEC_Maniac, and please check him out. His artwork is fantastic. Now this is probably just going to go straight onto YouTube. I'm not going to really edit it or anything like that. I'll just probably put this straight up as soon as I've done it. But yeah, the question being is the 5-star rating system important? And the long and short of it is, yes, it is important. However, there's different standpoints that we need to look at. So for those that don't know, Uber incorporates a 5-star service rating system that is for drivers to rate passengers, but also passengers to rate the driver as well. Now, here's where the importance really lies, okay? A driver's rating system is paramount to him staying within his job. And the way Uber look at our rating systems is they do over 500 trips and they average it out. Okay, now after the last 500 trips, I'm sitting on a 4.99 rating system. That is basically 498 of them are 5-star votes. I've got one 4-star rating and one 3-star rating. So yeah, that gives you a rough idea as to where that stands. That's left me on a 4.99 rating after the last 500 trips. Basically, as the trips go on, eventually the 4-star and the 3-star will fall away, and if I keep getting my 5 stars, then I will stay on a 5-star system. Now, if after 500 trips, say every customer rated me 4 stars, after the 500 trips, that would put me on a 4.00 rating. And the importance of that is, if I fall below a 4.5, I believe it is, then there is a very strong possibility that Uber will fire my ass. I believe it's 4.5 for a driver where he can get taken off the app. I've not seen a driver lower than that myself. I could be wrong, but from what I was told in my induction, if you fall below a 4.5, then there is a very good chance that you would lose your employment with Uber, and you'd have to go and find another company to work for. Alright, so the long and short of it is, it's important that you get your ratings in, and I'm not saying, fake your ratings just to keep a driver within a job. I mean, if you genuinely feel that you got less than a 5-star service, then yeah, give them, what you feel is right. But what I would say is, I was bad for it myself. I would always just give people 4 stars, thinking, well, 4 stars is still good. I don't even know what I would have been expecting for a 5-star service. Like, was I expecting a limousine? What, I don't know. But, if the driver's, polite, courteous, depending on whether you like a chat or you'd rather not chat, does he recognise this? Does he chat with you, or does he ignore you when you want to be left alone? Is his car clean? Is, the music not too loud for you? Simple things like that. Then I would say, why not go ahead and give him the 5-star rating? If it's something picky, maybe consider using a bit of discretion and still give him that 5-star. However, if you feel like he's been perhaps a little bit rude or anything like that, then yeah, give him a lower rating, because Uber doesn't want those type of people working for them, and personally, I don't want rude people working for Uber either, because I like to pride myself on my customer service, and I don't want people giving us a bad name, especially when Uber drivers are currently fighting to keep their good reputation at the moment. So yeah, I mean, as a passenger standpoint, definitely see the importance of giving your driver a rating. So please keep that in mind when you're next in an Uber. Does he deserve the 5-star rating? Are you being picky if he's not? Because it's important to drivers. All right, passengers. So we get the chance to rate passengers just the same way they get to rate us, and to an extent it is important. Now, I must admit, I've only given one passenger a 1-star rating, and the reason I gave him that is he was a little bit rude last week, and it was my first ever 1-star rating. Nonetheless, I took a break, I was resilient, got back on with it, on to the next customer. But yeah, so when we get a job, it pops up telling us the destination, the pickup point, how far away it is from where you currently are, how many minutes it'll take you to get there, and the driver's rating system. Okay, now I don't tend to look too much at the ratings. Like, I'll just take whatever job's closest. That's the long and short of it. You know, if you're a 4.3 customer or 4.2, you know, it is a little bit low. There's perhaps a consistent reason why you've been marked down quite as low as that. But you know, I tend not to look at it, because sometimes you know, when I first started, for example, someone told me, you know, don't accept anything less than a 4.5, and I was like, okay. And then one night it was quiet, and I was like, oh, great, a 4.2, and I took it, and the customer couldn't have been any nicer. And it, you know, it kind of puts me in that standpoint where, you know, some drivers may be a little bit biased, and I'm not saying every driver is, because, you know, there's tons of fantastic drivers that I've already met over the last few months and things like that. But for example, the driver could be marking a passenger down because of their colour or their sexual orientation, or I don't know, maybe they were a couple of minutes late, something like that. Now, I try and be patient with late customers, and to be honest, everyone's welcome in my car, so I couldn't care less about, you know, orientation, colour, ethnicity, religious, none of that matters to me. But I think there's probably some drivers out there that do. So I tend to not necessarily look at the rating system. There are drivers that will look at it though, and there are drivers that stick by the, you know, they won't go below a 4.5 stars, and that's the ones that are going to affect you, because there's not going to be drivers like me all the time. And if you're stuck for a cab, and you know, maybe you've got such a low rating system, you might struggle a bit. It might take you a little bit longer to get your hands on one. Also, you know, if it's a busy night, a Friday or Saturday night, it's surging in the city centre, you know, the drivers have basically got the opportunity to pick and choose their customers on those nights. And to be honest, I know for a fact that some of them would rather choose a 4.94 over a 3.7, you know. So just things like that you need to have a wee think about with the rating system. Now, there is one good feature of the rating system, and it's the 1-star rating. If, for example, that customer last week that I gave a 1-star rating, because I gave him that rating, I've been assured I won't have him back in my car again. I won't see him again. And likewise, if you get a driver that you don't agree with, you think was maybe abusive, or, you know, not doing his job properly, if you give him that 1-star rating, then you're not going to see him again. So, you know, keep that in mind as well. That is a good safety feature and things like that. But again, reverting back to my safety tips video, if you ever feel in danger, a 1-star rating system is not going to cut it. Contact someone and follow the correct procedure. But I just mean, if someone's maybe gave you a less than satisfactory service, you know, 1-star rating, you don't have to worry about seeing them again. Easy as that. So I hope that clarifies the rating side of things. You know, it's, you know, if there's any questions or anything like that, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them as well. Also, just a quick one to say thanks for watching my podcast with Ravy Davy that I put up the other day as well. I wasn't expecting it to sort of lift off quite as quick as it did. I was expecting maybe 50, 60 views in the first couple of days, and I had over that in the first hour, so I'm happy with that. And it's still getting viewed today. So yeah, I hope everything clarified for you. As I say, any questions, pop it in the comments, and I will speak to you another time. This has been Eli's Uber, and thanks for watching.